I've been a struggling addict all my life, and started probably at the age of 15 years old experimenting with LSD. By the age of 20 years old, had then at that point started dabbling with cocaine, and wasn't addicted at first, and before you know it, I was smoking it because it wasn't getting me high, snorting it. At about the age of 28, I was working construction field and would have a lot of pain from the work in my lower back, and was prescribed medications. And the medications worked at first, but about that same time heroin was really introduced to Lafayette. So that was easier to get than the pills. And I tried the heroin for the first time. Heroin addiction is what really got me noticing that I had a problem, and people around me noticing that I had a problem. I had a son, and I was still using. I'd fall asleep while my son was awake, and one time he walked out of the house at 3 years old and walked out around the block by himself, and somebody had to bring him back. But I still didn't, I didn't quit. At about, I'd say 4 years ago, I checked into my first rehab for substance abuse. And that went for about a week, and I left. At one point, I was put on Suboxone. It was a medication so you can't feel the effects from the withdrawal of heroin. After the heroin got under control from the Suboxone, being medicated, I started noticing there was like a void. I was concentrating on my recovery a little bit harder than I had in the past, but there were still dull moments, and the only way I knew was to self-medicate, and I chose to. I started using crack cocaine on the Suboxone just to get that high, and I was trying to hide it from everybody, and it didn't work. I got the ultimatum with my girlfriend, and she said, "You either get sober with our family or you leave." It was time to get sober, and we'd reached out to a few places and ultimately ended up being led to MHA for the Let's Talk program. So the Let's Talk program, you will go in and you'll sit with someone that is a peer that has been through the same situation as you have in life, and you two talk, and normally the peer has a long range of sobriety. I got into the Let's Talk program with Jonathan. The first week was kind of ups and downs, but we clicked right away, and I felt secure and safe in talking to this man about my problems and issues. I had someone that I could trust and talk to in this program. I hadn't found that anywhere else, and that was like a relief. And I was like, hey, this is awesome. I feel better. I'm not using. I haven't used in quite some, like 7 months. I mean, I'm working on my relationship with my son. He's 14, so he's at that age where it's kind of touch and go, but we're relating a lot more now in a lot more positive and healthy way, and he sees that, and I can tell that he sees it, and it's great. Having the MHA and the Let's Talk program is very important for people in the state of mind that they know it's time to get clean, it's time to do something different. Past things haven't helped. The MHA is something that it's been amazing for me, and it's easier to let things out and talk with a person that's been through the same issues you have and that really cares about you. You're not just a number, you're not just a insurance claim, you're a person that needs help. Without the United Way, places like this, it'd be hard for them to keep their doors open. I feel now that my sobriety and recovery actually means something. There's no way I would give that up.